I mean, at the end of the day, what is it we're trying to do here, people? Anyone, I'm welcoming anyone from the left. And let me tell you something, I'm not right, but if it sounds that way, it's the left's fucking fault that it sounds that way. There used to be a middle. I have no middle no more because I can't go anywhere where they're going. They're fucking nuts. What is it you want? Well, here we are, baby. We're back with another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. We are your hosts. I'm Gary G. Garcia, along with my partner, Brian Licata, my partner in misinformation, rather, Brian Licata. Even though I don't know if we could keep claiming that, we're starting to get some things right.
Well, it's not really misinformation. People may call it misinformation, but it's actually the truth.
I mean, not always. I mean, we don't always know what the fuck we're talking about. I would like to keep the claim of misinformation. Figure it out for yourself.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't ever want to say that what I told you is fact, unless I say it's fact, in which case I sometimes say it's fact. Wow,
but that doesn't necessarily mean it is a fact. We've established that.
We've established that.
76 episodes of that, actually. In fact, I think this is 77 people. Thanks for riding in with us thus far.
Thus far, we're still going.
Yeah,
despite the fact that everything goes against us. I start to wonder if anybody wants to hear us talk. But you know what? The good thing is we don't care.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Wow.
We have a good show. People, our fans do like it, and that's what we're here for. We're here for, man. We're here for each other.
I'm here for a little to get my mind right a little bit, man. Talking to you always sets me a little bit straight, believe it or not.
It's a scary thought, but sure.
I've been having a rough morning. Look at me, man. I've been having a rough morning. I look horrible, but whatever.
I threw up yesterday morning, actually, right after my coffee.
Did you? Coffee will make me throw up.
Yeah, especially like first thing in the morning, you smoke a cig.
I get that little, and then once I get the phlegm, it's all over. It's all over. That's why I throw up a lot, because what happens is I start coughing. Like if I'm smoking a blunt, I'll start coughing, and then like you get that mucus like up in there because you're coughing, and then I can't breathe in because I know if I breathe in, I'm gonna have to spit, and that makes me throw up.
Yeah, that is actually a sign of it's one of the earliest symptoms of cancer. It shows up about 20 years before you get cancer. When you start getting that phlegm and it makes you throw up, you'll know that in about 20 years, you'll have some sort of esophageal or lung cancer.
Is that true? Or did you just make that up?
I just made that up, but I'm guessing based off of our lifestyles in other areas that might be one of the early warning signs.
That's why I enjoy every moment. Well, I try to. It's been a rough morning, man. I drove to go get to the lighthouse to go get a bacon and egg because my son told me that our lady is there, that she always hooks me up with the free breakfast. And
the lighthouse.
Yeah, the lighthouse all the way down past the ocean.
Oh, like the actual lighthouse. Yeah. Okay. But
got that little diner right there. Not diner, but you can get bacon and eggs and shit there. Bagel spot.
No, I've never. It's like on the corner, right?
Right on the corner, right across the street from the lighthouse.
I've never actually had anything from there.
It's all right, but the lady usually hits me off with free, meals because she's down. She knows us from the comedy club.
Oh,
so
cool.
She's always like, I'll tip them like $10, $5. But when you pay, it's like $8 just for one egg and bacon.
Dude, you know what's crazy, bro? I got a breakfast sandwich across the street at the diner last weekend, $10, bacon, egg, and cheese, 2 eggs, 3 slices of bacon, cheese. It was a good sandwich, and honestly, I didn't eat until dinner.
You don't look like you eat a lot. We got to get you eating. I'm gonna start sending you food.
Man, you don't eat that much either, though, do you? Do you eat a lot?
Yeah, but no, I don't eat. But see, I still got guns, man. I still got guns. Yeah. Your shits are a little flappy. I worry about you in strong winds.
Yo, that was the best skinny joke I've heard in years, actually.
I'm talking shit though, because I'm light, man. I'm telling you, one time that when I used to live in Glendale, there was this section that I used to walk to the bus, and it was just, I told you that story, right?
I don't think so, but I got stories like this too.
Oh my God, dude, it was a wind tunnel. It was like ridiculous. You literally had to lean forward, put your shoulder down and run into it. And one day it was like raining and windy, and I saw the bus there. So I'm running, and I had this, it was my favorite umbrella. I don't like umbrellas, but this umbrella I loved because it stood up to like 50-mile-an-hour winds. It never once flipped up on me, never. It was solid. It was so solid that as I was running to the bus and I went to jump onto the bus, a gust of wind came and I did the Mary Poppins and I blew right off the bus. The dude saw me coming up and then I just went backwards like this, and the dude's face, and then he just started dying laughing. I said, "Shut up, dog." And I closed the umbrella and I got on. I flew off the bus like Mary fucking Poppins.
No, bro, I never heard that story.
That's why I worry about you, dude.
Oh man,
Because I know the power of the wind.
I remember being out west in like the wintertime and there being like, you know, I'd be snowboarding, going downhill in the wind, and you know, just combination. Yeah,
you should be stuck there waiting for the wind to stop,
dog, and then it would stop, and I'd like stop mid hill.
Hey, that's cool. The zone breaks. That's the wind trying to save your life.
Oh man, it's fucking funny. Oh geez.
See, people don't understand the struggles that light people go through. You know, we should start a movement.
I think that should be
we should start a movement somehow. We should be able to complain about this, right?
Yeah, well, so there are certain things that I want awarded to me, you know, for being light, or really more restrictions against the fats. That's what I have a problem with, the fats. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with how I'm treated. I have a problem with how the fats are treated. You know,
when you say the fats or the fat people, what are we talking about here? Are you
talking
fats?
Like the fat, like no, the fat people. Yeah, the fats.
Is that what we call them now? The fats?
The fats. That's what I'm calling them. The fats.
Dude, that's gonna get us canceled quick, man.
That's okay though, dude, because I'm totally down on the body positivity thing for sure. Right? Like I'm thin, right? And you can always talk shit about me being thin, but I'm way healthier than a fat person. Way healthier.
Really?
No. Oh, dude, no ifs, ands, or buts, bro. 100%. The reason you can do the stuff that you do is because of your body type. You know,
yeah, that's true.
Do it,
but my body type is also because of what I do.
Same, you know, bro. Yes, exactly. Yes,
I stay moving. I walk a lot. I don't even use my elevator anymore because I almost got stuck in it twice. So I don't even use it. I walk up and down the steps. That shit will keep me alive, yo.
Yes, you know, I walk up and down 4 flights of stairs every time I leave my place.
My aunt used to walk up 6 flights of steps. Right. And they're not regular. They're not regular flights. They're not. These are old school. They're straight up.
Right.
Like high. A Yankees, like the old school Yankees, when you used to sit up and it just went straight and you felt like you was in Yankee Stadium. You felt like you were going to fall over. Straight up, dude. It used to take her. I would come for lunch and I would see her at the bottom. I'd take her bag, you know, because she didn't want help. You know, she was, you know, I'd take her bag and take her jacket. And I go upstairs, hang out, smoke 2 blunts with my brother, spend 45 minutes there, come back down, and I would catch her on the 4th floor and then kiss her goodbye. Me, myself, it would take me a good 5 minutes to get upstairs.
Yeah,
it's you stop on the 4th floor. No one ever makes it straight up.
Right.
It literally is a hike. It kept her alive. She lived to 96.
Yep.
You know, she didn't die till they put her in a home. Once they put her in a home, she said, "Fuck this."
Yeah. Dude, that's really, you know, you need to work your heart, you need to work your lungs, you need to work your body, and you need to work literally every part of your body all the time. That's how we're designed. So being sleek like this, like people aren't meant to be overweight, you know.
Don't get me wrong. Some people are just big, not fat, but big.
100%. Yeah.
You know,
100%,
like you haven't seen Ray. Oh, you saw Ray the other day. He lost mad weight, but he looks good. He didn't go smaller than his head.
Right.
Because he's a big dude. You're a big dude. You know what I'm saying? The head determines the size you're supposed to be.
Right.
You know, I should be a little bigger because my head's a little big. I have a little bit of a, you know, big head. But then again, when I get bigger, my head gets bigger because I got what they call Hollywood head. That's what I call it, Hollywood head. Because when you meet actors and shit, they all got big heads. It's crazy. You'll bug out. They got big heads.
I thought Epstein was involved in Hollywood head. That's what
Epstein had a Hollywood head. Yeah, Epstein had a major Hollywood head, almost fucking like borderline Herman Munster. He had a Herman Munster head. That was actually a little bit beyond, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But our clip on Gazelle Maxwell did pretty well.
Oh
Got a
yeah,
bunch of comments on there and shit like that. It did pretty well. I hate that I even look at that shit, man. Who the fuck cares?
And on the Facebook, right?
Nah, Facebook, we didn't get shit. I don't know. People don't fucking.
Oh no, I mean on Instagram and on the YouTube.
Yeah, we did pretty well on those. But whatever. You know, I don't know how that correlates. That's the problem that I have with all that shit. It doesn't correlate. I know people that I go on the road with that have 30,000 followers, 45,000 followers. We go on the road, no one shows up.
Yeah, but see, that's because you're only thinking about it one way. You know, if we have 10,000 people listening to the show, if they don't show up to watch you perform, we can still sell ads on the show, you know?
True.
And that's how we make money.
All right. Well, at least we know that sometime we can make money. You and your tiny little cups kill me. Get a man cup.
This is an espresso cup.
Get a man cup.
Well, you know, yeah, my best producer ever cup is it's in the dishwasher right now.
You look good today.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm wearing my black. The all black outfit is indicative of how I feel about America right now. That we're really at the funeral of the country, dude. I think it's we've been talking about it for really since the beginning of this show, and together off air since before that. But man, I think when Trump won in 2016, it was the beginning of the end.
I think I said that.
I'm sure you did. I said that. I'm sure you said it multiple times. But man, I told you the other night, I've been going down deep Hitler rabbit holes. Right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm finding a lot of things, man. And I'm starting to understand what a lot of the, you know, left or the liberals have said before about the hard MAGA supporters and how they are with Trump. But if there starts to become a point where there's more people that are MAGA-like, but maybe not as zealous, and we get a new person in, we could have somebody like that come through the U.S., I think.
Somebody like a Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, of course, especially nowadays.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I think it could happen.
Nowadays, for sure, the country's ripe for a dictator to come in and fuck everything up, man. Mm-hmm. I just saw the other day. I was watching, because I've been watching the whole Pride like parades in different places, and they had the Boy Scouts marching in the Pride parade, holding pride flags. And I was like, what do the Boy Scouts have to do with gay pride? Now, if the troop leaders were marching, I'd understand. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was all nothing but the troop leaders, then I'd understand what they're doing there. But I didn't understand what the Boy Scouts were doing there, man. Wow. Did you find it? It's definitely up there. I saw it on a couple of different things.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm just trying to find the best picture.
Yeah, marching in the fucking, and I'm just sitting there going, what do they have to do with gay pride?
Can you see this? You got it up?
Yeah, Boy Scouts go from banning, what was it?
Yeah, this is the picture. You got this one?
Yeah, they got video of it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got video of it. And someone made the comment that the, you know, the American flags were flying lower than the pride flags. And I was like, yeah, let somebody would fucking somebody would see that and make a comment of that, because I didn't even notice that. But I'm not going to say they were wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? They were right. And I don't know if it was purposely done. You know what I'm saying? Probably was purposely done. But like I said, my biggest question is, what do the Boy Scouts have to do with gay pride?
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, so this was in Manhattan.
You know, that's the only question I got. Like, I don't understand why kids would be marching in that parade in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, we do understand that, like, gay is not a nationality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a national, like, in other words, what does a young child, I can understand young children in the Puerto Rican Pride Parade. I can understand young children in the Irish Day Parade, or even in the Thanksgiving. I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? because you have young Puerto Rican kids and you're teaching them the pride.
Yeah, but this is it's about sex, right?
That's what it is. It's about sex.
It's about romance, and it's about love. You know.
Well, it's about sex.
I don't know, bro. I don't like.
Where's the romance and love? In what way are they representing romance and love? Because a dude walking around in a G-string, or that shit that I sent you the other day. Where's the thing I sent you the other day? The penis.
I'll pull that up. But you know, I think, man, because it gets mixed. Because like there's the pride awareness that is for, you know, rights and marriage and stuff in the eyes of the state. That's one aspect of it. You know what I mean? Right.
But in the parade,
I didn't watch the parade, bro.
Where do you see, have you ever watched one? Because if you watched one, just imagine that one that you watched and think about it being worse, because they get worse every year. You know what I'm saying? They come out more and more. Like, there's a lot of shit going on there that just would be considered indecent exposure if it wasn't for the fact that they were all together at one time going down the block. You know, so where is the where is the love and the romance that they're showing? I don't see any of that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right.
Hi, everybody.
See if I can get something up. Looks pretty tame.
Yeah, that looks pretty tame, of course. I mean, that's what you're going to see on ABC News.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay.
Like, what are they saying? What are they saying? Let's hear some volume.
Not including.
To jump on board, do you have to convince them?
A lot of our partners are ahead of the curve, which is wonderful. Yep. And they're led by their LGBTQIA plus community members and their employees.
Exactly.
So they're being directed by their employees as well and listening to them. So that's great because they're creating the right environment for us all to thrive.
Right now, this is sort of a challenging time, not just for the LGBTQIA plus community, but also for the entire country, politically speaking, et cetera. What challenges do the recent court decisions, et cetera, now pose for the people in the LGBTQIA plus community?
Well, as I think we all have seen with the Roe v. Wade
framing of the question.
Decision, we are looking at a time when people's basic human rights and civil liberties are in question. So we need to really create our alliances and make sure.
So the civil rights that they're saying are in question, just so that we all know what we're talking about here, is the right to kill a baby. That's what they're talking about. It's a civil right to be able to kill your own child because you don't want it. And it's going to be stress to you.
Now, I want to know, how does abortion specifically affect the gay community?
They don't even have a dog in the fight. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even,
I want to run
if you're
this
truly gay, you're not going to get pregnant.
I want to see what this question, the original question was from this chick.
Well, the dude asked the question.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. They don't even got a dog in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get pregnant if they're truly gay. Two women are not going to get each other pregnant, and two men are definitely not going to get each other pregnant. They could bust loads in each other all fucking day, and they're not going to get pregnant by that. Whether they think they're ovulating or not. Whether you think or believe you're ovulating or not, you're not going to get pregnant. You could let your man bust, you know what I'm saying? Like, when do you ever see a gay couple saying, oh, we're home trying to have a baby? Me and my husband are trying to have a baby. The old-fashioned way. The fuck out of here.
I tell you what, I kind of want to go to one of these, bro. They look like they're fun. I mean, the gay parties are always, you know, they always throw down.
Yeah, I mean, I like debauchery.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of debauchery, man. I just don't think debauchery should be put it out. You know, I don't think debauchery is supposed to be behind closed doors, people. That's where it belongs. You know, and that's what makes it rebellious, and that's what makes it dope. It's supposed to be behind closed doors. Debauchery is not supposed to be out in the open for everyone to go. Everyone should live this way. I don't care how fucked up you are, and I'm pretty fucked up, but I would be happy to say straight off the bat, everyone shouldn't live the way I live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like debauchery, but there's a time and a place, man. You know? There's a time and a place.
Yeah, I see, you're right, bro. We need to have some normalcy, man. And
But even when I say I'm not judging no one, do that parade at night. You know what I'm saying? And don't put it on television, on mainstream television. Why? Because what is it promoting? It's not promoting acceptance. There's no, what is the acceptance? What do you want us to accept? You to be able to run around in a G-string, and just fucking on the sidewalks, and should you be able to just give blowjobs wherever you want to give them? Is that the world we want to live in? You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, like at what point do we? It's just ridiculousness. It's just, and that's how bad it is. It's making me use a word that's not even a real word. It's just ridiculous. That's what it is. Got me using non-words here, man. But I guess that's the place we live in. We can just make up words and everybody has to accept these fucking words. I'm
trying to find that one. Oh yeah, here it is.
And that's the problem that I have, man, is that, you're not doing any justice to the real people in your community, because I'm telling you right now, the people that I know that are homosexual, gay, trans, they're not behind all this bullshit that's going on, man. We need
to get somebody from somebody who's gay, bi, trans, or whatever, something on here, other than two heterosexual males. If you get a guest.
Yes, but I feel like I worked in design for 20 years, so I have a little.
No, that's true. No, I'm not.
Here's the thing I sent you. This is the shit. This is the pride parade right here. All right, good. Let's look at this nice little thing over here. Look at this float. Isn't that great? Is everybody proud? Is everybody proud? You know what I'm saying? Like, is everybody happy with that? Did we all reach a place of acceptance? Would you like that, just walking down the street while you're walking with your children, to go get them a snow cone? Mommy, what's that? Oh, well, that's a person with a big dick and balls on their neck, and they're fucking themselves in the vagina. That's what that is, Tommy. The fuck are you talking about? That parade ain't about sex. It's about pride in who you fucking. That's it. It's not the same as it wasn't. Listen, man, these motherfuckers ain't the ones. These people now, all these people now in the LGBT, whatever, they're not the ones who fought the good fight. Mm-hmm. When there was a fight to be fought. You know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers were really being discriminated against and really being abused. Mm-hmm. And getting jumped because of who. I don't think that should go on at all. But that fight's been fought and won. That fight's been fought and won. So now it's not about being accepted, because who really doesn't accept, homosexuals and people doing whatever the fuck they want to do now? It's a different story of me accepting you when you wanted to teach that to my children. Mm-hmm. It's a different story between me accepting whatever you do behind closed doors, and now you want to be able to just do it everywhere you want to fucking do it. We can't do that. Straight people can't do that. Never been able to. I can't throw my lady on the top of my car and start banging anywhere I fucking want because the sun is setting and it's a nice fucking, the weather's nice.
No.
I mean, you could do it, but you're going to get arrested.
Right. If you get caught. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, what is it we're trying to do here, people? Anyone, I'm welcoming anyone from the left. And let me tell you something, I'm not right, but if it sounds that way, it's the left's fucking fault that it sounds that way. There used to be a middle. I have no middle no more because I can't go anywhere where they're going. They're fucking nuts. What is it you want? What is it you want? Do you want the teachers?
What do you think? What do you think's going on, bro? What do you think?
What is it that they want?
Yeah.
What is it that they want that even now they want us to consider the feelings of pedophiles?
Well, man, I mean, this
much so that, I've been watching podcasts and shit like that. Do you know the word pedophiles? They bleep it out. If we want to be monetized, we couldn't say pedophiles. We'd have to bleep that out. Why? Who is offended by the word pedophiles? The pedophile? Said it once, I'll say it again. All pedophiles out there can suck my whole full grown adult dick. The fuck out of here. I be watching podcasts and they bleep the word pedophile. What the fuck is that about? Pedophile's a curse now? I thought that was what we call people who bang little children. Fuck out of here, man. And here's the thing. I actually feel bad for those people. I do. I feel bad because I don't suffer from what they suffer from. You know, I don't think it's a choice. I don't think they're sitting here making a choice going, because like, I mean, I didn't make a choice to who I was attracted to. I'm attracted to women. It wasn't a choice. It's just what I'm attracted to. And believe me, with all the shit that women have put me through in my life, if I had a choice, I think I would have tried a dude. If it was a choice, if it was an option, it never even felt like an option. You know what I'm saying? It was never even an option. Why? Because I'm just not attracted to dudes. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So it comes down to, it's not a choice that these dudes, it's a choice to act on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice to act on it. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm glad I don't have to suffer with that. But I'm not going to show you motherfuckers any kind of fucking sympathy, man. I'm just not. Sorry. I mean, serial killers, they've proven that their brains are different. You know what I'm saying? They fight urges and then they finally give into the urges and become serial killers. Yep. Should we start showing them some fucking sympathy? No. Sorry. No.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing. Like I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm more pro-choice, but I do believe you're killing a baby. And then someone came at me with, well, what about rape? To which I responded, kill that motherfucker. I'd have no problem killing that. I'm sorry. And then so the child pay for the sins of the father? Generally, no. I wish I was a better human being, but I'm not a better human being. You know, I'm not a better human being. I think if a woman decides that she don't want a constant reminder of the fact that she was raped in her face, she should be able to be like, boop, 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 sorry, you're gone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that too, bro.
I'd kill that I'd kill that motherfucker. See, I am killing a baby, but I'd have no problem killing that rapist baby.
Well, the other thing that's going to start to get weird,
because then there's a thing of DNA and shit like that.
Yes, bro. Because now the genetics are getting better, and you're going to be able to tell if your kid's got, you know, say Down syndrome or is autistic or like any of these other things.
But with shit like that, once you start getting rid of kids for shit like that, then you can't say nothing about 300 when they were chucking the babies off the side of the side of a cliff.
Then it also gets into, you know, the whole eugenics, you know, thing, because
but that's what all this is. And that's what really kills me, is that it's proven that Planned Parenthood is eugenics. It's proven. Anybody who don't know, it's proven. Go look it up. Go look up who started it and what the reason of starting it was. Go look up the Negro Project. Go look it up. You know what I'm saying? It's eugenics, and they ain't even trying to hide it. You know?
Yeah,
And you want to know what else is eugenics too? I'm sorry. This whole fad that they're doing right now with these young kids, snipping their shit, cutting their shit, fucking up their reproductive organs at these young ages. That's eugenics, dog. Yeah. They found a way to get the kids behind it.
Yeah. So I want to say something. You know, the older I've gotten, the more and more open the more I feel like I've understood how much race plays effect in our country, right? I'm a white kid, grew up in a suburb with, you know, mostly white people. I mean, you know, I had, you know, a lot of friends in the Black neighborhood in my town, and, you know, even some like Spanish friends and stuff like that. But for the most part, it was quiet, right? But the more and more I see, man, there's shit like this still in place all fucking over. You know, like, I mean, you have obviously like the police departments and the racist laws, but, you know, going down into Planned Parenthood and the types of food that are in certain communities and stuff like that, man, it's all, you know, just puppet strings moving along like a fucking marionette.
You know, and don't get me wrong, there's people who make convincing arguments that doesn't exist, you know, because they'll drop numbers and statistics and all kinds of shit.
See, this is how I've always been.
But I lived
with
it,
life,
dog.
Bro.
You know,
yes,
this is like where I draw the line. You know, this is why I say I'm not a right. I agree with a lot of the shit they say, because the fact of the matter is they're on the side of morality. And I believe in morality. I do believe there's a right. I do believe there's a wrong. I recognize when I do wrong. I recognize that I go against the system a lot, and, I'm not always right. But at the end of the day, like, they'll kick this shit about, how, like, the whole thing about race and being able to make money and this and that it's all equal across the board. And look, you could say that and you might be able to even defend that, but I lived it. Mm-hmm. I lived it. I know that there's a discrepancy. And like, cause you could sit there and they'll quote, I've seen, these motherfuckers quote like statistics on like crime and say how like, most black crime is blacks commit more crime or whatever and this and that. Yeah, in the numbers, you might be able to see that, but what you don't see in the numbers is all the white kids that get let go for marijuana back in the day when they were locking us up left and right. They were letting white kids go for that shit. When a white kid actually did get busted, like in a college, and he was selling mad pounds, they would say, "Oh, he's in college. If you put him in jail for life, that's gonna ruin his. He could be something to society. Look at his grades and stuff like that. And yet they'll give him a slap on the wrist." So, that's the shit that those statistics don't show, how the system will let, a white kid gets pulled over speeding. For him to get pulled out the car and the car searched, he has to do something to initiate that. But for a black or Spanish kid to be driving, get pulled over, and you're getting out the car and they're searching your car, that's a very normal occurrence. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that white kids don't get shot by cops. They do. I do know that mainstream media pushes just the black and Spanish kids, mostly black, so that there could be separation. But the fact of the matter is it does happen. I've lived it. I've saw it. You know what I'm saying? I have friends who have died in the jail cell because, the cops decided not to help them. So this is the stuff that goes on, in these communities like that. And you can't put statistics on experience. I've experienced it, and my peoples have experienced it, so there is a difference in this society. I mean, and then the fact when they talk about the Constitution is for everybody, whatever, it wasn't written for people of color. That's just a fact, because when they wrote the Constitution, it was written where they own black people. So let's put things in perspective. It might not say it in wording, because that's what they always go to. And show me where in the Constitution that is. Yeah, no, it's not written in wording, because there were certain things that are just understood. Yeah. There's not a law that says a comedian shouldn't wear shorts on stage, but comedians know that there's an unwritten law that you're not really supposed to wear shorts on stage. Only a few people do it because they could kind of pull it off as part of their look or whatever, but you're really not supposed to wear shorts on stage as a comedian. Right. It's not written anywhere.
I mean, I feel like anybody, I've never seen anybody on stage with shorts on.
Hip hop shows and shit like that, dudes with rock shorts and shit. But like I said, it's different there because it's kind of like the outfit. It's kind of like, it's more fashionable in a sense, but yeah, I mean, in reality, it's an unwritten law. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not written, but we all know it. You know what I'm saying? We all know it. It's not written that a cop's supposed to let another cop's child off if they catch him, doing a misdemeanor or something low, but we all know they do it. We all know if your child hasn't hit nobody and gets pulled over drunk driving and it's the child of a sergeant, they're going to call up the sergeant and someone's going to come and take that child home. That's happened to you. There you go. Okay. Is it written anywhere? Was it written? Officers, if you catch one of your, a relative of your fellow officer, you got to let them go. It's not written anywhere. Nope. So you wouldn't find no statistics on that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of unwritten laws.
There's probably 7 to 10 times that I've gotten out of stuff because my dad's a cop. Maybe more. Honestly, maybe like 15.
Okay, people. So when you throw those numbers around, and you try to be like all statistical on certain things, I sit there and go, I lived it, dog. There's certain things you can't in other words, like I said, change my mind. If it makes sense, you could change my mind. You could change my mind on a lot of things when it comes to the semantics of God, but you can't change my mind that there is one. No one could ever convince me that there's not a God, because once again, I've experienced the living God. I felt it change my life. I've spoken with God. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that you can't we could talk the semantics, because I don't claim to know. If I can understand God and know God, then why worship him? If that's the case, worship me. I got it all on understanding. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but I do know what I've experienced. You know, I do know the miracles in my life of the reasons why I'm here. So there's certain things that you can, you know, semantics here and there, what this means, what that means. Fine, you can change my mind. You can change my mind about anything except the things that I know for a fact. So if I live through knowing that there's a racial divide, I don't give a fuck what your numbers say. I know that there's a racial divide.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I lived it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of shit that don't go down on paper. And if you're catching all this shit on the news, just imagine how much shit you're not catching. Because I'm going to keep it real. Every time I get pulled over, I don't turn on my camera.
Right.
And most people don't.
Yeah. Because you're trying to get off that ticket, bro.
You're just trying to fucking find out what you did wrong and not get locked up. You're not trying to fucking make this dude any more angry at you.
Right.
You know, the other day, a cop, when I got pulled over by my mom's, the dude pulled me over. I said, what'd I do? He said, can I see your license registration? I said, sure, but what did I do? He said, I'll tell you when you give me the license registration. Now, I already know that's wrong.
Right.
I already know that's wrong. And I was like, come on, dude, I'm going to give you my license and registration. Can't you just tell me why I'm giving you my license and registration?
Right.
And then he said speeding. And I went, I gave my license and registration. And I said, dude, I wasn't passing nobody. I was 2 cars behind the car in front of me.
Yeah.
Now, I know what that was. My place was Jersey, and the car in front of me was New York.
Right. Yep.
It's an unwritten law. You know what I'm saying? Who they gonna grab for a quick ticket? And out of state, because the out of state's gonna be harder to fight it.
Yep.
Speeding ticket, you got to show up.
That's the biggest problem with cops, man. You know, cops, they get so angry that people dislike them, but they should be mad at their fucking bosses and the people who put them in power for what they make them do and the job that they've been given to generate fucking money and fuck people, you know? Like, dude, I'll be the first to say, I love cops, right? When some shit goes down and I need a fucking cop, right? But what I don't like is when I'm doing 7 miles an hour above the speed limit, there's nobody fucking around, I'm out of state, and I get pulled over because whatever cop in this hick ass town knows that I'm not going to come back to fight the ticket, and they just made $250 for the town.
Yeah, and you don't get no points on it, so it doesn't. You don't have the initiative to be like, I'm not getting no points on my license. I'll just pay it. Because it's going to cost you that much.
It's extortion, bro. It's straight up fucking extortion. The criminal justice system is straight up fucking extortion.
I mean, you know, people go, you don't need cops. Well, listen, I'm going to keep it real. I think we do. 100%. I think we need cops. I think we need cops. Well, here's the thing. I said it once. I'll say it again. I think they need cops. Who is they? Everybody else but me. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is, I don't call cops. I've been robbed. I didn't call cops. I've had people break into my home. I didn't call cops. I've been beat up. Dude. I didn't call cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't call the cops. No doubt, if something, God forbid, really seriously happened, you know, that would require me to either murder someone myself or call the cops, I'd probably call the cops at that point and see if they do their job to figure out what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking to go to jail. I know if I go out and I murder someone, I'm going to go to jail for that. So in which case, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? You're not there just to harass me. But, and here's the thing. I want to give a rated G shout out to the fucking Atlantic City Police and the fucking, and the Garden State Parkway motherfuckers. Yo, I've never had, anytime they stopped me, they had a reason to stop me. Mm-hmm. They've always treated me with respect. And they looked out in some sort of way. They lowered the shit they were giving me. You know, I told them what was going on. They, you know, out here in AC, I mean, I don't know how they treat the hustlers and shit like that. But I'm an average person out here. And I would say this, I've seen them get into shit with homeless people, with the drug addict people out here, and they defuse shit as much as they can.
Yeah, the AC cops are good, bro. Yeah, they're good. The transit cops are also good.
Out here, it's not like New York. I can't say that about New York. I've had nothing but bad experiences with cops in New York. And most of them, I wasn't doing shit. And most of them, I wasn't even doing nothing. If I had $1 for every fucking time I just got pulled over and searched back in 90, 1990, when I was 20, 21, 22, I got searched coming home from work every day. Every day, a cop would pull up and search me every day because I was coming from Queensbridge to Ravenswood. So they'd see me walking out of Queensbridge and they'd stop and pull me over, already guessing that I bought crack or I bought this or I bought that. Meanwhile, I'm just coming off the train, going home to work. So, you know, and not even cool about it. Not even cool about it. So I can't say the same thing about cops out there in New York. But when people say there are some good cops, I understand what they're saying. Yeah, because Atlantic City, man, they got, from what I've experienced, some pretty fucking good cops out here.
Miami also. The cops in Miami are pretty fucking cool. Most of them don't speak English as a first language.
Do you know why I pulled you over? Yeah, well, you were going I don't even know what you're saying. I still don't know why you pulled me over. Can we get an interpreter over here? I still don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Like, I said something, and you're like, I still don't fucking, what are you saying?
Like, mira, dame $100 y se va.
Okay. There you go. And then you say, like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Like, give me $100, motherfucker, and go.
Yeah. I mean, that ain't right either, but.
Honestly, I'd take that. I'd take a little shakedown. I'm always down for a little shakedown, you know?
I don't want to be shaken down. I just want to fucking live my life. But apparently that's a fucking problem for everybody, you know, because I'm not allowed to live my life unless I accept you.
Well, all right.
But I'm looking at you, and you're an asshole.
That's not nice, one. And two,
there's some people that are assholes, man.
All right. So the deeper root of this all, where is it going? What that's what I'm saying. What is it what's going to make y'all happy? No, it's not even, it's
what's going to make them happy? What is the left looking to accomplish? They want to be able to kill a child. Sometimes, you know, they and that's the thing, they pushed it, and that's the problem. It was supposed to be something that was like, you know, last resort. That's what it's supposed to be when they originally allowed it, you know, and then it became birth control. And then they said, all right, because originally there was a certain time where you couldn't get an abortion after. And then they said, no, you can go a little further than that. Then they went a little further than that. And then he said, no, you know what? How about all the way up until, you know, you're about to have that baby? You give them an inch, they want a yard. You give them a rope, they want to be a cowboy. But in doing so, they hanged themselves because there just came a point where people said enough's enough. And here's the thing, everyone's bugging out. People, relax. You can still kill your babies. There are still states that allow you to do it. So relax, you know?
They're going to start prosecuting.
So what if it's a little inconvenient?
People for that.
There's jobs saying that they'll pay up to $4,000 for you to go to another state and get that abortion.
Yeah, but now a lot of the people who, you know, I don't know about a lot of people. I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm going to assume a large majority of the people who are getting abortions don't have a lot of money. Right?
I'm not going to say that.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm just.
No, I'm not going to say that, dog. You know how many? Come on, man. You know how many politicians are paying for abortions because they got their mistresses pregnant? You know how many people in California and Hollywood are getting people pregnant? How many underage girls are getting pregnant by these fucking slimy motherfuckers and they're sending them in for abortions? They said it. I think they said Jeffrey Epstein brought in a couple of chicks to a doctor to get abortions or something like that. I don't know if it was Jeffrey or one of these other motherfuckers that just got busted out recently, man. Got to remember, abortions are also used by the slimy motherfuckers to keep their shit slimy. It's not everybody just, you know, poor and we can't afford to have a baby, you know? There are chicks out there that do multiple fucking abortions.
Oh yeah, dude, I know this girl who had like fucking 7.
You know what I'm saying? And that's birth control at that point.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
But once again, everyone's bugging out. What are you bugging for? You can still do it. Find a state that allows you to do it.
Well, man, I think all this stuff is
so inconvenient.
With everything that we discussed, bro. I think all this stuff is really just seeded as, you know, points of contention between people to distract us from what's really going on. You know, we just gave another. I don't know how much money to the fucking Ukraine, bro.
Yeah, Biden basically said Biden basically said, everybody stop fucking complaining about the gas. Stop complaining about how much you ain't got money, because we're going to continue to give money to the Ukraine, no matter what y'all say. That's basically what he said in a nutshell. All right. From what I was able to gather out of all, but come on, man. Between all that shit, I was able to gather that the bottom line is shut up and deal with it.
Yeah. Here, I'll pull this article up.
Shut up and deal with it. All those people, man, I hope this teaches y'all a lesson, not to just vote against the person. You know what I'm saying? But to vote for a better person, because, and I'm not pro-Trump or whatever, but let's keep it real. I mean, I was doing much better, 4 years ago.
The U.S. announced it would send an additional $1 billion in military aid to Ukraine as America and its allies provide longer-range weapons that make a difference in the fight, where Ukrainian forces are outnumbered. President Joe Biden, his top security leader, said Wednesday, the U.S. is moving as fast as possible to get critical weapons to the fight, even as Ukrainian officials protested that you need more and faster to survive.
Yeah.
Like this is the only difference between us actually being in this war is that there aren't U.S. troops with it. But it's
here's the question.
It's all our money going out.
Here's the question.
It's the same to me, bro. It's the same.
Where is America getting this $1 billion?
Well, see, bro, that
don't we owe mad money? If you go down to 42nd Street, I think it's 42nd Street or whatever, where they have the deficit, the debt that we owe, and it just keeps going up and 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 up. And we're giving out $1 billion to another country. That's the equivalent of me owing you money. I owe you $5,000. And I drive up to your house in a new car and say, check out my new car I just bought. Motherfucker, where did you get that money?
Yeah, but bro, it's like on such a high scale like that.
But that's what I'm saying. We owe billions and we're giving $1 billion away.
Yeah,
I think China, we owe it to China. If I was China, I'd be like, where the fuck do you got that $1 billion? Pay back some of this debt I owe you.
But we are, and we do. And there's like, leasing.
Then why doesn't it ever go back? Why doesn't it ever go down?
Well, because of inflation.
Can you find a ticker right now? Is it able to see our debt? Can you find a deficit ticker right now and see like what it is and see how it moves? Are we able to do that on this interweb? Let's find that ticker. Let's see what that ticker is showing us right now that we just gave $1 billion to the Ukraine. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's moving, right? There you go. It's moving as we speak. So let's look at that red one, state debt. U.S. national debt. Okay, so what is that number? Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. $30 trillion we owe. That's our national debt. And we just gave out $1 billion to the Ukraine just now. And we gave out how much more before that? What was the one before that? We gave out like another couple of $1 million or $1 billion. We just gave $1 billion. We owe 30 trillion. Nobody else got a problem with that. At this point, it's not even an issue. See, like at this point, it's not even an issue of, we shouldn't help them. We can't help them. We can't afford to help you. I got friends that hit me up for money, and my rent is only $1,200. My rent is $1,200. Mm-hmm. If I got $1,250 in the bank and my man's hitting me up saying, G, you think I can borrow $100? I ain't got it, dog. Right. It's not from lack of love. It's not that I don't wish I could help you. I don't got it. So at this point, it's not, should we help the Ukraine? Should we help the Ukraine? We can't afford to help the Ukraine. Look at what we owe.
I mean, dude, that's a perfect case in point. We look back to when Biden was running against Trump, Hunter Biden, Ukraine, Gazprom, but Biden's been in bed with these people over there. They all are. They're all in bed together.
Biden's been in bed with these people and all their children.
Forever, in multiple ways. I bet he smells
sniffing their heads. Sheets.
Yeah, he goes like this. He goes
sniffing their pillows. This motherfucker's out there sniffing his pillows with his wrinkly body, spooning these people's little children and sniffing the dribble on their fucking pillows. snuggling his pointy ass nose in their ears. You fucking
you know what's
slimy
funny, bro?
bastard.
I'm seeing shit now. People talking about Hillary running in 2024.
No way. No fucking way. No fucking way. No fuck. Not for nothing. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. And then you want to know something else? I wouldn't be surprised that there would be a fucking bunch of idiots out there that go, yeah, it's a good thing she's coming back. Fucking assholes. We need a woman. Yeah, but not that woman. Not that woman. In fact, when you say you need a woman, what do you mean? That's what I want to know when they say they need a woman. What do they mean?
Well,
what do they mean?
She's a reptile, so there's
and
that.
That's like getting back to that Roe versus Wade. When I hear someone go, you know, this is a really disturbing thing to hear because I got 3 daughters myself, and you want them to kill their offspring. It makes you scared to know that they might have to have your grandchild. That makes you scared. That makes you nervous that your child might have to give birth to your grandchild because you don't like the boyfriend. How about teach your kid to pick a better boyfriend? Teach your son to pick a better woman. Then you won't have to worry about that. You're talking to the wrong dude because I you know.
What do you think is going to happen in the next couple of years, G? What do you? I'm really scared, bro. I think things are going to deteriorate a little bit more.
And here's the thing, people. And here's the thing, people. I'll keep it real once again. This is coming from a person, me, who don't give a fuck. I'm sitting back and enjoying the fucking show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really am. I got things to say about it because if you ask anybody, I always talk through movies. That's why people hate. That's why people hate going to the movies with me because I always talk through movies, you know? So this is nothing different other than me just talking through the movie that's going on in front of me.
Yep. Come here, bro.
But it really is good versus evil, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's good versus evil. You know?
How so?
It just really is good versus evil. It's like even when you look at the whole battle of Roe versus Wade and the right to abortions, you know, when you look at the hardcore bottom line, what's it all about? And you take out all the semantics of people who can't afford it, and you take out rape, and you take out that the baby might come out retarded, and you take all that's the semantics of it, right? Those are just the issues that come out of it. And you take that all away. What are we talking about? We're talking about getting rid of the fetus that's in the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that a woman should have the right to say, I don't want this fetus in me. That's the hardcore bottom line of it. I had sex. I'm now pregnant. I'm going to have a baby in 9 months. I don't want that baby. Kill it. Isn't that the argument? In its plain raw form, like in other words, because now they're going to try to pick once again semantics of when is it a baby?
Well,
when is it a baby?
It's
is
also
it a
about
baby at conception? Because the Jewish religion says that it's not a baby till the first or second trimester or whatever the fuck it is that the months or the days. So which one is it? So let's get rid of all that for a second. This is what it is. You had sex. You got pregnant.
What about the rape though? You know, because
once again, hold on. I just said, let's take away the rape. Let's take away the semantics.
Yeah, but rape isn't semantics of it, dude. That's the mechanics of it. That's the mechanics.
And hold on a second.
Yeah.
And I've already said, I would murder that motherfucker. I already said it.
Right.
I already said it.
So you're saying rape, you have to say rape excluded. You can't. No.
I'm not saying that. No. Because check this out. All right. Here's the argument against that. Because there are many women who have gotten raped and have had the babies, and the babies are beautiful human beings.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's not an argument. That's not an argument against it.
So once again, it's not an argument against it. It's not an argument against it. I said I would kill the motherfucker if it was me. If I was a woman, and I got raped, and I found out I was pregnant, I'd kill the motherfucker.
You can't use. I don't think you can use. You can't say had sex in this example. You have to say impregnated. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I think, bro.
Okay,
because if you're going to talk about,
so for the sake of your argument, we'll remove rape. We'll remove it because I've already also made it clear. I'd kill the motherfucker.
No,
I've already made that clear.
No. I know you made it clear,
but I'm just saying, your argument.
I'm saying for the sake of your example,
but here's the thing: the women who've been raped ain't out there marching because it would be a much more smaller crowd. So the women who've been raped,
there's definitely women who've been raped that are marching out there, bro.
I mean, but here's the thing: the majority of them are not. In fact, when you go look at some of the arguments of the people that are on screen arguing over this shit. They're the fucking chicks you wouldn't fuck.
Yeah,
most of them are fucking hideous.
I'm sick of the fucking topic, bro.
They're fucking hideous.
I'm
but
sick
here's the thing. All right, so you take away rape.
Yeah.
You take away someone who was forced to have sex. Take that out of there, okay? Because you already know that I feel like that's different anyway.
Right? Yeah, of course.
Right?
We both do.
All right.
We
Yes.
both do. Yeah.
So take that out of there, okay? So you're not raped.
Mm-hmm.
You chose to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe drunk. Usually drunk. Made a bad decision. Usually, you know what I'm saying. But either way, you had sex. Got pregnant. In 9 months, you will have a baby. Get rid of that baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line call. You take rape out of there. That's the bottom line argument right there. Mm-hmm. Whether you could afford it, cannot afford it, whether you're in school and it's going to fuck with your school, I understand. We make bad decisions.
Yeah, man. And the government, for really as long as it's been in existence as America, has been trying to take away our personal responsibility for our actions, bro, because they want to be there to be able to bail us out of stuff. They want us to be weak, bro. They want us to be weak. And in these kind of programs and stuff like that enables, it enables a weak, and it fosters a weak fucking society, bro. I think
we need to help people that need help. I'm all for helping.
I know, bro,
help.
but when the government intervenes to do that help, they fuck it up.
But I have never went to the government for money. You know what I'm saying? I collected unemployment during the lockdown. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I collected unemployment during the lockdown. And then I collected unemployment when I got let go from whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? I did that for the whole 6 fucking months. Fuck you. I paid into unemployment for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So I paid back. I got back for 6 months. And I did that specifically because they let me go for no fucking reason. I didn't get fired. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to get me another job. And I had what I wanted to do was comedy. So I took advantage of the fact that I was on unemployment. Mm-hmm. I got back some of that money that I paid in, not all of it, but some of the money that I paid into that shit. Right. Okay. And I did what I had to do. But before that, when I never had a job, when I was in between jobs, if I got fired from a job, anything, I never went to the government for money, ever. Even now, I could probably qualify right now for food stamps.
Right.
And they be paying. I know people that got food stamps that got like 2-3 G's on their fucking car for food. Food's expensive, yo. I don't do that. I don't go to these things to help me out. I figure out a way to make more money. You know what I'm saying? I figure out a way to take care of myself, and that's what I do. So I'm a person that was raised in consequences. I live in my consequences.
Yes.
So when someone tells me, oh, well, what about the consequences? Motherfucker, deal with the consequences. You're talking to the wrong person.
Yep. Yeah. But man, I think a lot of that stuff that is going on in the world, that's really what's happening, is they're eroding the consequences.
Yes.
And babying, an entire generation or two, bro. I mean, I even know in myself, I'm not as tough as my dad was, or the people of your generation or older. We had it easier. And this is what happens. This is what happens when a nation prospers. It gets easier on the younger and younger generations, and then they fuck it up and ruin it all.
This is what happens when you let the kids make decisions. Mm. When you start asking the kids what they want for dinner. Yeah. What do you want to eat tonight, Tommy? What do you mean? What do you want to eat tonight, Tommy? Tommy eats whatever the fuck you put on the table. The fuck you asking him for? Did he fucking buy it? Did he work? I remember my ex-wife used to ask my son, what do you want for dinner? I say, what the fuck you asking him for? You don't never ask me what I want for fucking dinner, and I'm the one that's buying the fucking dinner. And then you wonder what's wrong. And you wonder what's wrong. I tell you, boy, it's insane that like people are just looking for excuses to me, I just constantly see people looking for excuses as to why shit's not happening.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and it comes down to, I don't look for excuses. Yeah, there's reasons why everything is. Yeah, is there racial differences? Yeah, there's all those things. There's all those things. You know what else is out there? Proof that you can overcome. There's proof all over that you can overcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, no doubt. Yeah. If you're grown in the hood, if you're born in the hood, yeah, the cards are stacked against you. You got to make it through a lot of more obstacles than someone who was born in the suburbs. Sure, that's true. But maybe you're meant to be tougher. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe you need to be tougher for what you're being called to be. You know what I'm saying? And for what you're being called to be, there's no room for pussies. So you got to go through it a little more harder. You got to get over more obstacles. But it's been proven that it can be done. I come from a time when I never thought there'd be a black president. Tupac says it. When I saw the black president, not only did I cry, but I even said to myself, I was fucked up. Tupac never got to see this. Because I was raised in a time when and here's the thing, today I even made the comment, I made the comment, I think we got our one black president. I don't think we'll ever get another black president.
You think so?
No, I do. I do think we will. You know why? Because what I did was I put a limit. See, that's the mental shit that they put on us. Here it was, I put a limit saying, I don't think we'll ever have another black president.
Yeah, you said that on the show.
They gave us our black president. And I put a limit. But the truth is, you want to know who the next black president will be? The next one who says, oh, no, they're going to let me be president.
Yeah.
The one that doesn't put the limit, he'll be the next black president. The first Puerto Rican president is going to be the one who says, I can be president. Now, don't get me wrong. Anyone who wants to be president shouldn't be president. That means you're fucking nuts to want to fucking be president and have control of the people around you. You're a fucking nut. All right. But it's the person that says, I have no limit. That's the one who passes the limits that other people couldn't pass. And you could sit there and make excuses all fucking day as to why it didn't happen, because of this or these people or those people, or yeah, you know what? But in the end, you gave up. In the end, you gave up, because at the end of the day, we have no one to blame but ourselves for the decisions we make. There's reasons for the shit we make. There's reasons why I made the decisions I made when my family broke up, but I still made those decisions. Had I made the right decisions, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So learn to take some fucking responsibility. Yeah, sometimes when you look in the mirror, you're not going to like what you see. You're not going to like what you see, but there's a reason why we look in the mirror and don't like what we see. There's a reason why we're supposed to do that, because that's what makes us say, I don't want to see that person anymore. That's what makes us become better people. If you fucking want to live in a la-la land, like everything you do is right, then you're never going to become a better person. When you learn to accept yourself, when you learn to accept who the fuck you are, with the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, when you accept it all, that's when you see who the fuck you really are and the things that need to be changed. Fuck out of here, man. I'm one of those people that I say, if I can do it, you can do it. And everybody else going, no, it was easy. My son had the nerve to say one day it was easy for me. It was easy for you to say. Easy for me to say? In my head, I grabbed him by the throat. I was like, motherfucker, you don't know my pain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in my head, but outside, I just said, dude, you don't even know what I've been through. Yeah. For you to sit there and say it was easy for me to say, come on. Yep. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you spoke on a lot of true things, man. I mean, I even know in my life when I was going through some shit, it's like it's a scary and a beautiful thing at the same time. But whatever situation you're going through, you can get yourself through it. You might not be able to do it completely alone, but it's got to come it's got to come from within you to be able to do it. You know what I mean? And to find the motivation to keep moving forward. But if you don't have that, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. Like if you keep limiting yourself and you don't think that you can get whatever it is, the next job or the next, move or whatever, and you limit yourself, like you ain't going to get it. Ain't nobody going to give nothing to you.
You got to believe. Listen, man.
You got to go out there and
you want people. And that's the problem with society today, man. Like all these fucking idiots out there that go by all these different fucking things. And I said it, idiots. I said it, the same way you want to put a label on me as a cis man, the same way y'all want to label me as a cis man, I will label you as an idiot. That's my label for you, idiot. And I feel like you have to accept that. If I have to accept me being a cis man, you have to accept that you're an idiot in my eyes. That don't mean I don't love you. I love a lot of idiots. I'm from the hood. 90% of my friends were idiots. That's why a lot of them are dead and in jail, because they were idiots, but I love them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I'm a cis man, then you're an idiot. How about that? I got some more things, I got some more fucking pronouns or adjectives. Is that a pronoun or an adjective?
I don't know, bro. The gender thing is so tiring, dude. And to me, it's just,
but see, here's the thing, dude.
At this point, it just seems
it's all part of it's a political agenda, and that political agenda is eugenics. That's why I still speak on it.
We got to talk about that part then, bro. We got to get past the he, she.
No, but I'm just saying, because I know someone's going to be upset that I said.
Part. That's
someone's going to get upset that I said,
bro. The deeper fucking meaning.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's eugenics.
Yes.
Because it's a fad. And I don't mean like, I respect the old school traditional transgender people, the ones who deal with the dysmorphia. I accept and I totally respect them. And I do believe that most of them don't even want that whole shit as part of their, movement, which is their movement was just to be accepted. And they got that to some extent. And they, they in the cut, living their lives. They're just in their cut, living their lives, man. Your average person ain't out there trying to get everybody behind them. They just want to live their own life. So it's a political agenda to fuck up our children. Not mine. Mine are already older and they still got all their body parts. So I guess I'm even a better father than I thought I was, because my children are grown and they have all their body parts. So now when you want to ask yourself,
and they're doing good. You're good.
If you want to ask yourself if you was a good parent, I think we should start there. Okay. Let's start there. When your kid turns 18 and he's now able to make his own decision, does he still have all his body parts? Do they still all have their body parts? Do Zai still have all Z's body parts? That's the question you need to ask yourself. If the answer is no, you failed your child. You are not a good parent. Straight up. When your kid turns 18, they're missing body parts. You were not a good parent at all. Everything else after that, go fuck yourself. Straight up. Am I being too hard?
No, I don't think you are, man.
Brian, am I being too hard on these people?
Dude, what do we do, bro?
Picture me sending my kid to the Boy Scouts. And he tells me, Dad, we're going to march at the gay parade. Picture that. Picture that. I'd be like, you're going to do what? March at the gay parade. I'd be like, let your troop leaders do that. They're the gay ones. You're a fucking kid. You don't even know what you are yet. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what you are yet. So just let them deal with that. Let the troop leaders fucking march in their fucking above the knee shorts. Above the thigh shorts. That would have been a much better fucking thing. All the troop leaders marching with their above the thigh shorts. Fuck out of here.
That was a weird look, huh? In the 70s, that was real big with like the basketball players and shit. What was
above the thigh? What did that?
Like
I'm surprised there wasn't a lot
70s.
more dingling slips.
Yeah.
Like Wilt Chamberlain and shit. I'm surprised his fucking head didn't pop out a lot more going for a layup. Imagine getting dunked on by fucking Dr. J with those short shorts. Maybe that's why they made them longer. Players were complaining about nuts rubbing against their foreheads. On both sides. The person getting dunked on didn't like it. And the person actually doing the dunking was like, every time my nut's hit his forehead, it stretches my nut and I pull my groin. So they had to give him more silkier shorts and longer. I don't know.
I remember I used to play basketball at these courts, like in a neighborhood or two over from me. Like me and my boy would play with some of my friends over there. There's this one time we were playing with these dudes, and they were obviously way better than we were. And my strategy was always just to play good defense.
What are you talking about? Basketball?
Basketball, yeah.
And they
basketball.
were obviously better than you. Do you mean they were black?
I didn't say that. Because there were some Spanish kids there too, bro, you know, that were also better than us. So I'm playing basketball with these 5 black kids.
Obviously better than us before we even started playing.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. It's funny. That's the one thing I bet, you know, I always feel inferior no matter what when I walk onto a basketball court, you know, because I'll just get the look, you know, from like 1 or 2 other men playing there, and I get the look and I'm like, yeah, this dude would fucking smoke me right now, you know. So
and then you pass with the ball and he's just like like The Office.
No, so my plan was always this when I play pickup basketball. One, I know my strengths, right, on the court, which are this. It is best.
The black guy.
It is best if I don't have the ball in my hand for long, right? 1, 2, dribble pass. 1, 2, dribble pass. 1, 2, dribble pass. And I would tell guys, I said, you know, when I'd start the game, I'd be like, listen, don't ever expect me to run a screen and, you know, go down the court and for you to pass me the ball because I'm tall. I'm not going to do that. Don't give me the ball. If you see me open, pass it, and then I'll look for somebody else to pass it to. Okay.
So and then when I come down the court with me.
But then when I get down low, when you guys drive, I'm going to try to get the ball and then kick it back out. Right. That's how I play.
Yeah.
So we're playing with these other guys. Right. And you know, they fucking split us up. So my boy's on one team, I'm on the other team, right? So then we can like guard each other, you know.
They should let the 2 white kids.
Yeah, which is fun. That's the cool part about basketball. You get sized up, and there's never really any beef about it, you know.
No, there isn't.
Yeah,
there isn't because you get it. You're like, I get it. I got my boy.
And you also know the guy that you want, so you're like, all right, that's a good matchup. You know?
Yeah, because I know how he plays. Yeah, there's a little more to it than.
But what always sucks for me though is when I get paired up with the other tall guy, who's my height or a little taller, because I'm the tallest on my team, but I'm also still the lightest on my team. I said that's what you guys don't understand is down low, I get bodied.
Yeah.
Unless I start elbowing motherfuckers, and that's what has to happen. You know, I have to shoulder, I have to get physical. So that was my game. So anyway, so we get split up. And there's one play where we're like going down the court. I dish the ball off for this kid. You know, my boy's covering me. He goes to then cover the guy that I get the ball dished for, and he gets straight up dunked on. 2 hands in the face. My boy is up in front of the rim and just gets this dude's balls right to the face, bro. The kid slams it down, nuts swing into his face, and the kid falls to the ground.
Nice. That's what you get for getting in the way. That's horrible to get dunked on. This never happened to me, and I'm 5'4". Because I ain't gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna jump with you when you go up and I see that speed coming. I'm moving right the fuck out of the way. Go ahead. Go ahead, dunk it.
Dude, and the reaction of everybody there was the best part.
Speaking about basketball, there was this one WNBA player who like went to like some other country and now she's refusing to come back because of the pay difference between men and women. So she's staying in that country. I think it was can't remember the name. I saw it the other day.
Are you talking about Brittany Greiner?
Where is she at? Who's she playing for?
Well,
there's some chick that she went to another country to play.
This is the girl who got arrested in Russia for the weed cartridges.
Nah.
Yeah, dude, there's a chick that's still I think we talked about that before, but yeah, this chick has been in jail since like February.
For weed cartridges?
Yeah, bro. She got caught with them in Russia. Yeah.
Russia. Well, why would the fuck would you even go in Russia, man? Ain't you paying attention to the television?
Well, it happened before a lot of that. You know.
Either way, have we ever gone along with Russia? Oh yeah, when Trump was here. That's the only time we ever got along with Russia is when Trump was president, as far as I know. I don't remember us ever being buddies at all after that or before that. But I could be wrong. Yeah, there's some WNBA player. I can't remember her name. I'm so freaking upset about that. But they had an article the other day on how she's not going to come back to the United States to play because of the pay difference. And I'm thinking, who cares? It's the WNBA we're talking about, man. Who cares? And I wanted to like it. So before you go yelling at me and getting your fucking panties in a bunch Your jock straps too tight up the assholes.
Hold on a second. So so I got this article. These two things are tied. So I don't know if you might be speaking right. This is from NPR. So what Brittany Greiner's detention tells us about basketball's gender pay gap. It's an article from April. Basketball star Brittany Greiner has been detained in Russia since February when vape cartridges of hash oil were found in her luggage. The reality is she's over there because of a gender pay issue. Pay inequality, said Neka Agumike, the head of the WNBA Players Union, in an interview with ABC's Good Morning America. She noted that Greiner was in Russia in the first place because of the money. We go over there to supplement our incomes, and quite frankly, we go over there to maintain our game. So that's what they were saying.
Oh, okay, that's what they were saying.
So the chick, the reason that she was over there initially was because she gets paid less than pro and than men NBA stars, right?
Yeah, and over there they pay her the same amount.
Well, no. It's not that they pay her the same amount, but they need to do it for supplemental income in the off season. So if she didn't need to what this person's saying, if men and women got paid the same in the U.S., she wouldn't have to go over there to make more money, and she's now in jail because she was over there to make more money. But here's the thing: this is what you don't get. The WNBA does not make as much money as the NBA. So if you were worth more, you would get paid more, but you're not because people don't want to watch you.
Yeah.
That's why you don't get paid as much. It's not because you're a woman. It's because what you're doing isn't as entertaining as the other people who are doing it, who happen to be fucking men.
Tell them.
Right, bro? You know who gets paid more? Women's
Look how excited he is.
Women's supermodels than men's supermodels. They get paid way more, and there's way more of them. Why? Because that's what the fuck we want to see.
Yeah. No one wants to say how women in porn make more than men in porn. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to talk about that, the pay difference in porn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I wanted to like the WNBA. I did. They just weren't fun to watch. It's like, I'd rather go to the corner and watch a pickup game on the corner. I'm going to see more talent. You know what I'm saying? The reality is I'm going to see more talent, and that's coming from a dude who they're all women's sports that I like to watch. I'm not even going to lie. The lingerie football shit, not only did I think that shit was dope, I was pissed that they put him in lingerie. I didn't watch it because it was lingerie football. I was like, hey, I don't want to see a bunch of sucky chicks running around and fucking just because they're in lingerie, like I'm not looking to see that shit. But when I forgot what it was, I had no cable because I couldn't afford it and I had to pay bills. So what I did was I cut down on shit, people, to make sure I could pay. And all I had was an antenna out the window. And I was able to pick up the lingerie football once. And me and my son watched it. Yo, these chicks were amazing. They could actually fucking play. They hit like there was no fucking tomorrow. It was like watching old school fucking football. And I was fucking like, oh my God, these chicks can actually play. We started following it. And the truth is, I was mad at the fact they had them wearing crop top fucking shit over their shoulder blade over there. First of all, a woman in regular football uniform is hot. That's hot. A chick in a regular football uniform is fucking hot. I'm sorry. A hot chick is a hot chick, So why aren't they wearing regular? Because when you think about a football uniform anyway, it's tight pants.
Spandex
Pants, right? Pads. And then a jersey. Women don't look good in jerseys.
Yeah, actually,
so why do they have
kind of hot in jerseys?
Why do they have them? So why do they have them as if they're working for Hooters with their knees all exposed, their skin all exposed, and when they hit the floor, it fucks them up. But guess what? These chicks didn't even care. They were fucking each other up.
Yeah, man. It's actually funny that you mentioned that. When I was in high school, we used to do powder puff football games that would be surrounded near like our big game or a homecoming game. And all the girls would put pads on and they would play on our football field. And they would have a game and the whole school would watch that shit. Dude, it was like a school sanctioned event. I bet they don't do that anymore.
I don't even know if they still play.
I bet they don't do the powder puff game at my high school anymore. And I graduated.
If they still have the other league, because that shit, I ain't gonna lie, they were dope. Had me and my son rooting for a team. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking dope to watch. We even watched it all the way up to the fucking finals of the championship because these chicks played hard. Same thing with UFC. I'm at the point now I watched the UFC because to me, although the men, got the crazy straight up knockouts and all that. I still love watching UFC, either way. But I'm just saying, the women, they go at it. The men tend to be a little more, especially when you get to the heavyweights, they're not just jumping in and throwing blows. They want to make, because anyone can get knocked out with one punch. So, it's a little more strategic, but the chicks just go at it. You know what I'm saying? And I love watching that shit. WNBA, get better. What do you want me to tell you?
So they paused the league before COVID, and they're just trying to restructure and get it back going again.
Start with the uniforms. Protect their fucking skin. Start with the fucking uniforms, dude. It's ridiculous, that they would have them in fucking poom poom shorts. For what? Put them in the regular tight pants. Well, girls don't look good in spandex? Fuck out of here. Is that not ridiculous? I mean, it's a nice picture, but I'm just saying, it's fucking ridiculous. Look how much skin is exposed. And these chicks be fucking each other up.
And there's not really much pads on, dude.
Dude, they be fucking each other up.
It's funny how they have the clear face mask so we can see.
So you can see their faces. They might not need the bigger pads because the truth is they're not going to hit as hard as men hit. Yeah, but and there was a time men used to play football without fucking.
But men were a lot smaller back then too, right? And it was mostly just white guys playing when they did that.
But you do know that also they say that the better equipment in the helmets are the reasons why they're getting more concussions. Because another reason why you didn't have more concussions when the helmets weren't as good is because they weren't going helmet to helmet. They would avoid their heads because they knew that the material in their head, they'd feel that shit. So they would avoid their heads and tackle more with their shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now that they have all that padding, they're banging the fuck out with their heads, not realizing it's not the impact, it's the shaking of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So the truth of the matter is they might not need pads as big as the men's pads, because the truth is they're not getting hit with the same velocity and force that the men are getting hit with. But
dude, somebody who's like 130 or 140 fucking running at you full force, man, that shit's gonna hurt, dog.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, they got padding. Listen, I'm not even arguing about the size of the padding. That's a whole other thing, because also remember their arms are smaller and stuff like that. So maybe the big ass padding makes it harder for them to throw. You know what I'm saying? And these chicks, they got good quarterbacks and everything. And I'm saying, listen, dude, I love women. You would think I'd have no problem with that. Because I love women, but I also respect women. And if you're putting on a good fucking game, then there's no need for that. Because that ass is going to look just as good in a pair of spandex as it does going up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's unnecessary because they're good. Maybe they should put those outfits on the WNBA and maybe more people would watch it. They're the ones who need a little bit of a fucking help because they're not entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So they could use probably a little bit of help, but there's no need for that in that sport. UFC is another one. I even love watching girls softball. I love girls softball.
Dude, I love watching women's UFC, bro. Women's UFC
is dope, son. It's fucking dope.
The UFC is the best live action event.
I've been into UFC since UFC fucking the first fucking one they ever showed, when motherfuckers were allowed to do anything. When you were on the floor and they just stomp on your head. Real shit. And then you have to come back and fight someone else the same night.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The old UFC was gangster.
That's when I got into it, and I've been into it ever since. I love the UFC, and I'm just saying that the women, I'm glad they brought in the women, even though, I hate to see women fight, but at the end of the day, those are the chicks that probably would be fighting anyway, so let them fight, man. They're beasts. They go at it, and I love it, so for anyone who wants to attack me on not liking women's sports, I love a lot of women's sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, the WNBA just, who wants to see a bunch of layups all day? And then they're like, oh, this shit could dunk. There's like 2 or 3 that can dunk, but it's got to be a fast court break. You know what I'm saying? And it's a dunk. It's like the most basic dunk. Nobody's coming up tomahawking, pushing down the person's head in front
and
of
they're not doing it on somebody.
Yeah. And I saw one that was like on the side of somebody. Like they both met, and I saw one that was cool. It was cool. The other 2, I saw 3 to be exact. Since it's been out, I've saw 3.
I'd rather just go see the
Globetrotters,
bro. I'd rather just go to a Globetrotters game.
Yeah, they were giving props to this chick who got 3 triple doubles in a row. And they were like, first time, 3 triple doubles. Fucking there's people in the NBA that do that through a whole season, half a season. They average triple doubles. And I remember the triple double was like just barely triple doubles. It was like 11 rebounds, 10 points, and like 11 assists or 10 assists. It was like just barely a triple double.
Yeah.
Which respect. I mean,
talking about the sport of basketball, purely the sport of basketball, I won't watch the NBA. That whole league's fucking rigged. 100% rigged.
I haven't watched pretty much any sports in a while.
Yeah. Man,
I watched UFC because you don't have to catch up on that. There's no you're gonna see who's gonna win.
Yeah.
There's no investment other than that night.
Correct.
I haven't even been able to watch my Mets. I'd only been, just checking out where they are in the standings. I haven't been able to watch them. I work every fucking night. Mm-hmm. So I'm not complaining at all.
I work every night. I can't watch the Mets.
So, that's how I would sound if I was your age.
No, that's how it sounded at your age, bro.
Not me, baby. I really don't work, but I love getting up on that stage every night. I don't take days off. It's not like I can't.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah. True. When was when was the last time you weren't on stage at night?
When they forced me to stay off stage because I wouldn't go and get tested. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They got to force me to stay off stage, man. Otherwise, I'm on stage.
Yeah, the last time, right?
Otherwise, I'm on stage. Even in the days when they used to that's why they started giving me days off, because even on the days that they gave me off, I was still going to the club and getting minutes. So,
yeah.
What
else? What else? You're a comedian.
The last time I had off, I think was Thanksgiving. I don't think we had a show on Thanksgiving, but that's because they didn't have a show. I did go on the real Thanksgiving. I still went to do my job.
What day is that?
The real Thanksgiving, 23rd.
Oh, the 23rd.
That's what I celebrate. I don't celebrate their holidays anymore. Who's they? Them. I create my own holidays. So,
Who's they? Them.
Them, man. You know who they are.
Motherfucker. That's who they are.
Them, motherfucker.
Yeah, they know.
Fucking them.
They know who they are.
Any word on whether or not Gazelle Maxwell is still alive? Is she? What about 30 years for R. Kelly?
Yeah.
30 years. I was never an R. Kelly fan. So
you know what the funny thing is, dude?
And he was a slime.
So I'm in the car today. I got the radio on, XM radio, listening to the Pop 2K station, whatever, just flicking through. What comes? Yeah, it's like it's all
I know
songs,
what it is.
Yeah, it's all songs from the 2000s. And what comes on? But Ignition, an R. Kelly song.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, listen, man, if you like the dude's music, which I never did, so I have no dilemma. But if you like his music, I believe good music is good music. I liked, and it's fucked up because once he got picked up, I used to like the album that he did with Jay-Z. But then all the songs, I was just like, oh, wow. Especially my favorite one, man. I never thought it was like, I thought he was talking about short girls. But once I found out he got picked up, I was like, that one that goes, girl, you got a little body, yaddy, yaddy. I like your little body, yaddy, yaddy. I want your little body, yaddy, yaddy. I just want to spend some time with you. That song was so hot. But then once he got picked up, I said, oh, when he's saying little body, yaddy, he's talking about little girls, man. That's sick. And I never listened to the song again. That's his fault, though, the lyrics. And it sucks because it was a great, it was a great beat, man, but I can't do it. But it's fucked up because when artists do fucked up shit, they get rid of all their work. And in a way, like if we found out that the person who put together the Freedom Tower, and I'm just saying hypothetically, if we found out the person who designed and built the Freedom Tower was like a molester, we put him in jail, but are we going to break down the Freedom Tower? Or like, let's say there was a toilet that was so fucking good, like it never clogged. You could throw a hammer in there and it would just take it to the ocean, right? And then you find out that, and it's so good that it's the one that everybody uses throughout all the buildings in, New York. They signed those deals. Everybody got one of these fucking toilets. And then you find out the dude who created the toilet was a horrible, horrible human being. He had like bodies under his fucking, house. And like he was cutting off all their anuses and like keeping them on like a tack board. And he had a room with just anuses all over the fucking wall. Are we going to get rid of those great toilets that he made? Are they going to start removing those?
Well, it depends. Is he anti-Semitic also or no?
Well, you know what's so funny about that word? I actually saw some the other day with Professor Griff. And he says, if you're going to say I'm anti-Semitic, then what are the Semitics? Who are the Semitics?
Who are the Semitics?
Yeah. Look it up. Look it up. Because this was very interesting when he said this. And it's funny that you brought this up because I just saw a thing on this yesterday.
Well, Semitic is okay.
Who are the Semitics?
Yeah, the Semites or the Semitic people. Oh, here, let me just.
There you go. All right, let's get into this for a second.
Yeah, it derives from the Semitic languages, relating to or denoting a family of languages. It includes Hebrew, Arabic, Aramaic, and certain ancient languages such as Phoenician, Akkadian, and constituting the main group of the Afro-Asiatic family.
Boom. Now go to the people who are this, because you're talking about anti-Semitic, right? So who are the Semitic people? Because anti means you're against, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So the Semitic people are.
Now look at that. Akkadians.
Akkadian is how you pronounce that. Akkadian, Phoenician, Hebrew, and Arabs.
And Arabs.
And descendants of these people. Yep. Modern Semitic.
See, because what he was dropping was that the Semitics are black people. And he's saying if for me to be anti-Semitic, that means I would have to be against black people. And obviously I'm not against black people.
Well, it
that was his argument.
Well, I mean, it depends, man. I mean, it's
those are all dark people.
Yeah, let's just like pull this shit up, man.
If you think about it, they're all dark people. They come from a land where there's not going to be too many white motherfuckers there.
Right. So the people who are from essentially this region would be the Semites. People who spoke these Hebrew, Arabic, Aramaic, Akkadian, Phoenician. That's these countries.
Yeah. Pretty dark people, though, right?
Oh yes, all dark people, and there's a lot of people who consider Black Africans to be the real Israelites. The real people who are from that land.
Now, my question is though, but now if you say you're an anti-Semite, it means you're against Jews, right? That's what it would mean. You're against the Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
So why do they get to claim that? Like because of the Hebrews?
Yes, because of the Hebrew language. Because Semite is just a term to refer to somebody who speaks, one of those languages. It's almost like saying Latino, encompassing Hispanics. Semite would be a term to just describe a broad group of people from a region.
All right, people. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to be a dick on that point. Every now and then, I just like to get information. I'm not always looking just for something stupid to say.
Well, it's
Although I don't understand why you think that.
I'm here to teach you. That is the purpose of the show, for you to learn from me, because I am smarter than you. Right? That is the purpose of Rated G.
I just teach you more fun facts.
I actually just posted a clip on our TikTok, on Rated G's TikTok. I posted a clip of an episode where
with the dolphin dicks,
with the dolphin rape, and some other things we learned about.
If you haven't saw the last episode, people, it was very interesting. I watched it. It went by so quick when I watched it. I was like, wow, that was a fast one, man. Because it was just insanity. Yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing too. Like I was watching this thing the other day about like woke teachers. Mm-hmm. Like if you look them up, they're the best. I'll be watching their TikTok videos and shit, man. How are they teachers? Like a lot of them go in there, and it can't be that much. It's just the ones that throw themselves on TikTok. It's got to be. They can't all be like this. But I mean, they're going in there with purple hair, looking completely like they just went to the Pride Parade, and then right from the parade to work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, isn't there a certain like dress, like because I know the schools when there's schools that make black kids not allowed to wear braids or dreads because it's not neat enough for them, which is 100% wrong. But teachers could come in looking with purple hair, shaved sides of their heads, and all and then dressed with. One teacher was wearing sneakers with the pride laces, and telling the children, if you want to know, what I am, just look at my shoelaces because I'm not allowed to tell you. They're fucking psychos. I'm very worried about the fucking teachers who are teaching the children now, man. They're fucking.
Well, I mean, gee, what have the schools always been, man? The schools have always been a place for us to start programming our children to be obedient, working society people. So it's like, obviously it's no fucking surprise that this is what's going on.
And it's funny because that you say that. Now that I know that, it's funny because I was always said I was a bad student. And I used to always wonder why I was said I was a bad student. I mean, I passed grades. I wasn't a great student by far, but I used to always wonder why they say I was a bad student.
And
now
you were
I understand.
Probably good at specific topics too, right?
Yeah, spelling, English,
writing.
Like I think that's where I excelled in writing and all that shit. Spelling, English, gym. I was always good for an A in gym. I was like a B+ in spelling and English. Unfortunately, because I never had good teachers, I wasn't really good at social studies. But then again, I realized that they were telling me his story and I wasn't getting true history. You know what I'm saying? So I figured it's funny because that's how I look at shit now. I look at it as like, I guess I naturally just wasn't buying the game. They said I was a bad student because I wouldn't conform. That's what made me a bad student, is that I wouldn't conform.
Dude, that's all I want from my children is that they don't conform.
You know what I'm saying? I did.
Dude, I'd be so happy if I got a report card coming home.
Well, you think about it, man. Like when you look at people who are successful, right? And technically, I am very successful. Technically, I mean, the fact that I still struggle with my bills and all of that, I mean, that makes me a regular person. But technically, all I do is comedy. I do this podcast. I don't even make nothing from this podcast. And yet we both dedicate a lot of time to it and enjoy doing it. It's a great part of my life, So I do what I want to do. I live with my son. So, I live with the dude I love the most, my son. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, my life is fantastic. In reality, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm surrounded by good people who got my back, and I'm successful, technically. What are we looking for when it comes to success? Do I have loftier goals? Yeah, those are goals, but technically I'm successful. I don't know a motherfucker in New York that wouldn't cut my throat to do what I'm doing, performing every single night and just living off comedy. I don't have to wake up tomorrow 8:00 in the morning. I woke up today at 12:30, and then I was running ragged trying to get ready to do this. But I'm just saying, like, I don't even know what I was saying. I forgot the point I was trying to make.
What is the point?
I forgot the point I was trying to make.
No, yeah, I mean, you're.
When you look at all successful people, and I'll even include myself because I'm saying technically I'm a success, but even bigger people than me or whatever, they're all
clear,
people.
There are a lot of them.
They're all people that in school they said talk too much. If you look at the back of all their report cards, it's like they talk too much. Especially when it comes to artists, because I'm not going to talk about people like, I'm pretty sure like Bill Gates and those motherfuckers probably had perfect attendance records. And they excelled in the conformity of, this society. But like, if you look at artists, and art in itself is an expression of freedom, which makes it anti anything in a sense right off the bat, because it's an expression, freedom of expression. So you look at any of those people, look at the back of their report cards. They're all going to say talk too much, class clown, doesn't listen, moves around too much. Shit, it's a good thing we were born when we did. Otherwise, I'd be hopped up on drugs. I'd be doing fucking podcasts like, with no emotions.
Yeah. I mean, man, I was always a really good student, but I mean, me, bro, I can't sit still. Never have. I never stopped moving, ever.
When you look at the people, you're an artist. You do photography, you do videography, you have an eye.
Yeah.
people with talent like that, man, when you look at their shit, they, they didn't excel in school because they couldn't conform to just,
It's hard working a fucking job, bro.
Yeah. You know how many times I was told I was going to work nowhere but in the factories across the street? And they said that was like a bad thing. Most of them were making more money than the teachers.
Yeah.
It's insane.
When there was work,
When it was work. But I mean, it's insane because like I sit there and I think, I've never had a real teacher come and inspire me to be anything. I never had a teacher come up to me and tell me, yo, you can do this or you can be that, or, and the truth is that's not what they're there for. They're there to teach you, arithmetic, math, spelling. That's what they're there to teach you, so I don't understand why even like the whole issue of bringing this shit that they're bringing into schools is even an issue. It's like, why is that there? How does kids, knowing what a drag queen and a drag king is, make them more acceptable? That's adult entertainment. What does that have to do with little children, man?
It really is adult entertainment.
It's 100% adult entertainment. That's what it is.
Yep.
It's not family friendly. That's what it is now. During Pride Month, it's family friendly. Family friendly. Fun for the whole family. I saw a video the other day with a little boy and they had him in one of these drag things and he kept trying to turn around not to look. And the mother was like forcing him to turn around and look.
What, in the mirror?
Parent, yeah, that parent should be fucking brought up on charges. The little kid don't want to look at that shit.
Yeah. It was always scary to me to see people dressed up when I was a
I don't give a fuck. On the road, we went to a couple of those places. They're fun. They're fun people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, man. They know how to throw a fucking party. And, they're fun, man. But at the same time, man, what purpose do they have to go into schools? I don't get it. When they walk around normally, most of them don't even walk around dressed like that. Normally, they put that shit on to do the shows.
Right.
They're not walking around normally like that at all, with all made up like that. I mean, why you gotta bring that into the third grade, fourth grade? It's ridiculous. Second grade. It's ridiculous. People, you're ridiculous.
Yeah. You're
ridiculous, people. I don't give a fuck, left, right, whatever. I don't give a fuck what you are, up, down, straight, gay, or whatever, man. But just let's reel it back a little bit. Really just reel it back a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Leave the kids alone. We got to draw the line somewhere. All right. Pedals, keep them pedals, keep them in jail. Okay. That's where they belong. Keep them in jail. All right. All you ugly, fucking obese piece of shits out there that are fighting for the right to kill and the right to sexualize children and shit. You perverted twats. Cut that shit out.
We did fat shame pretty hard this episode.
Did we?
I did, at least.
I got no problem against big people, man, at all. I'm not healthy. You don't want to be healthy? Don't be healthy. I don't give a fuck. I do judge the heart.
As do I.
So, and I didn't even say anything about all fat people. Just those fat people that are yelling on Twitter and the microphone, about Roe v. Wade and about, you should be allowed, the no gay, don't say gay bill and all this shit. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I know why you want the little kids to be sexualized and the pedophiles to be accepted, because your ugly ass is hoping that a 2-year-old or 3-year-old might find you attractive.
Oh, gee.
You ugly twat. I say that in love.
Yeah.
Well, people, it's always a pleasure, hanging out with you guys and listening to us talk shit. I really do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, whether you're big or small, short or tall, straight or gay, an idiot or a man of wisdom or female of wisdom. All right. One or the other, because there is no in between.
An NBA player or a WNBA.
Whether you play WNBA or not, listen, you make more money than I do. So if you're mad, if anybody who's in the WNBA should happen to listen to this shit, which I doubt it, But if you did and you were offended by everything I said about the WNBA, don't be. You make more money than I do. Let me know if there's comedy shows in Russia that I can go to. I'll leave my vape pens at home and I would be happy to supplement and make more money. Okay. And talking about that, like, do we care about?
Sorry, you got a job overseas.
Yeah.
Man,
should we care? But
an
that's
opportunity to play in a professional league in another country.
And here's the question: Do we have the same sympathy for dudes who couldn't make the NBA and went overseas and became famous overseas?
No,
because
don't.
It's a different level of talent. Do we feel bad for those dudes that have to go overseas because they're not good enough to be in the NBA? Should we make a lower level NBA so that they can be included? Right?
Yes, we should. But the cool part about the WNBA, at least the Russia version, is they have Amy B. Bobby as the halftime performance at every game.
That is awesome.
We can go see it.
That's awesome, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in equality. I believe in love, and I believe in relationships. And if your relationship is in the dumps and your sex life is in a rut, go to XXXplayground.com and pick up the XXX Playground board game. The link is in our bio and description, or wherever the fuck we put the links. Mm-hmm. And pick yourself up a XXX Playground. And you know what will go good with that game? Some good bud. And if you're looking for some good bud, well, why don't you go check out Apollo Buds in Astoria, Queens, New York, 2509 Astoria Boulevard. You can call them 347-355-5281. Guess what? That number again is 347-355-5281. And go pick up some bud before you play XXX Playground, which you get at XXXplayground.com.
And if you're not a fan of the heavy weed, or you aren't in New York, you can get some good Delta 8 and other THC derived products from What's Good CBD. The gummies are fire. The topicals are fire. Everything about it is fire.
And there you go.
That
has been another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia, and Brian Licata, your two favorite people. You know you love us. How could you not? We're so fucking adorable. I'm sure we would all agree that Brian needs to put on a little weight, right? I'm not the only one that worries about him in gusts of wind. And you guys stay safe, okay? Beware, because the monkeypox is out there.